Hi there, and welcome to the Sunflower Art Kit. And this is what's included in your kit. You get your Sharpie highlighters, 4 of them, and you get a black Sharpie and 2 paintbrushes, one small and one medium. You get 5 to 6 pots of paint and a package of sunflower seeds that you can plant this summer, or actually you could start them in your house right now. Just get a little pot and soil and plant away. And you get a sticker and a button, a bookmark, and a recycling item, which I'll share a bit later. So we're going to just put that aside. And welcome everyone. I'm Sheila, and I'm your artist, and I hope you have as much fun doing this, enjoying this art kit as I had such fun creating it for you. So we're going to do the Sharpie demonstration right now. These ones are a couple of samples that I've done with paint, so we're just going to lay those up there aside so we can use them as a bit of a guide. But you've got your pre-sketched canvas that comes in your kit, and we're going to take our black Sharpie and we're going to start tracing over the lines on the canvas. And it's pretty straightforward. You have a great guide there to follow with your pre-sketched canvases. And the Sharpie is just going to help you give it a little bit of distinction, and it's going to pop it right out. So you just continue along and trace around those lines that I've created for you. And this little sunflower, I love this little sunflower on the side. It's so cute, eh? Yeah. And their petals, and like that. And once you do that, it's really going to give you an indication of, your main painting, because it's almost a painting in itself once you put the Sharpie on it, isn't it? I love it. But don't stop there, I promise. I want you to use your creative imagination and get those Sharpies just a humming across the canvas. So you continue along and trace over those lines, and like that. Sunflowers are so beautiful. They're so stately and very strong. Probably one of the strongest sunflowers in the universe. And they last for a long time as well. I love seeing those gigantic ones that, stand 6 feet, 7 feet tall. I mean, my gosh, they get pretty heavy, and I wonder how they can manage to hold themselves up. Yeah, they're pretty nice. And I think sunflowers can pretty well grow anywhere. So I hope you enjoy getting your sunflower seeds and starting a nice little pot of sunflowers. And they'll grow just like these ones. I'm sure of it. So continue along those lines. Trace over it with your black Sharpie. There. See? That looks really awesome already. It's a beautiful black and white Sharpie painting. But now the next step, which I've created and how I promote my art kits and paintings, is we're going to start up here, and we're going to just draw another line, not over that line, but another line. We're going to start right there. And we're going to just follow along the shape of the sunflower, the petals, and continue on down. We're going to do the whole image, and just take your time, no rush, like that, and draw a line over there at the base, and then we'll go back up here. We're just making a parallel line around the main image with our Sharpie. So it's real easy to follow the shape already because we've created it. I've created it for you. And this is just a fun way to give an interesting distinction to your piece of art. There we go. And then we're going to fill in the bottom of our vase like that. And then another line across there. And another line across there. There you go. Look at that. It's coming to life already. Awesome. So I think what I'm going to do is, I really like the pink. The pink. So take your pink Sharpie. I mean, who doesn't love pink, right? And start filling in that last space that we created around the main image. Just start filling that in. And it's going to start looking like a super duper painting immediately. That's what I love about playing and painting with Sharpies. It's almost like a fine-tuned doodling, where you create your doodle or your image on canvas or wherever. You might have a nice little journal you like to paint in and do some experiment that way. But having fun with Sharpies is super fun. S is just not for Sharpies, it's for super fun as well. Having super fun with Sharpies is really awesome. Yes, it is. What did I do there? Oh yeah, I created. So continue on with your pink in that space that we just created. That. And the nice thing about why I chose to pre-sketch your canvas boards for you is that they're very sturdy. And if you're traveling, I'm sure we're all anxious to do a little road trip or get on an airplane or a train or bus and just start a little bit of traveling again. But you know, when you're traveling, you get a little bored and you think, oh my gosh, are we there yet? So when you have this sunflower art kit to take along with you, you'll never be bored, that's for sure. And it's a nice way to create a lovely souvenir of your trip, of your dream trip this summer. Like if you want to go to the beach, if you want to go to the mountains or Disneyland or go fishing or whatever you miss doing with your families and loved ones. Hopefully you'll be able to do it this summer. There you go. That looks pretty. Oh, I like that a lot. So now we're going to take our yellow Sharpie, throw it onto the canvas if you like, and then we're going to start filling in the petals. And you don't need to fill them in completely. Just start marking in some of the yellow, like that. Like that. Oh, I love this yellow. It's so bright. It looks so pretty. We'll call these neon sunflowers because they're going to pop right out, I'm sure. And like I said, you can plant your sunflower seeds now and give them a head start and then transplant them when it comes to nice warm weather wherever you live. Because the sunflowers they're so strong and sturdy, and they look pretty awesome. I know there's a lot of sunflowers in the area where I live, and I just love going by and seeing them, and they're so pretty. We're just going to fill those little circles in and maybe trace around that. Trace around that a little bit. So you don't fill in the whole area yet. Just add that. A little bit of yellow there. There. Now, we're going to take our orange Sharpie and we're going to go back into those petals and just start filling in those little gaps that were there. See, it's nothing perfect or set out. It's just filling in those little gaps. Because sunflowers are a combination of so many beautiful colors. Oranges and yellows, golds, burgundies, and blacks, and they're such a beautiful flower. So you start filling in those little gaps like that. And actually, when you pick up some of that other um, yellow marker, it's going to offer a bit of a shading as well, which is kind of almost like magic. You know, you just pull in that shade, that color, and poof, there it is. Looks pretty. Very nice. I love it. And we'll continue on finishing that. Like that. I love the pink on the outside. It really makes it stand out. So pretty. Very pretty. Pink always makes you feel happy, doesn't it? Because colors have an effect on you. I find they have you making feeling happy and playful, and it's wonderful. I mean, I remember growing up using crayons so much and colored pencils. We were creating something all the time. We didn't have a lot of paint, and I don't think markers were out then, but we had crayons and colored pencils, and it didn't stop us. We were creating mostly on after school, on the weekends, and I used to live in on the farm. I live in New Brunswick, Canada, and it was a 50-acre farm, so it was an old farmhouse. It was beautiful, and I had 4 brothers and 4 sisters. And I remember we had an old wood stove that you could sit behind, and there was a water tank. And of course, the water tank heated the water. And it was this heavy metal, I don't know what it was made out of, but it was gigantic. So I remember there was always a chair behind the stove. So I remember I would go sit there with my crayons and I would melt them on the outside of this water tank and they would drip down. Little didn't I know I was starting the drip technique way back then. But and the smell of the crayons, and it just looked really pretty. You know, I didn't get in trouble for it or anything, but I just needed to create, so I just went to the hot water tank. So we're going to take our blue marker now, and we're going to outline our vase. Don't fill it in yet. Just do another little line around the shapes like that. Okay, and then do another one like that. There we go. Awesome. And then we'll take, guess what? Pink. Let's take some pink and fill that in. Yes, that looks lovely. Oh, I love that. I love the pink and the turquoise together. Very nice. Very nice. Very summery and happy looking. And you know, the nice thing about these canvas boards, they make lovely shelf sitters. Like once you finish your painting and you sign it, and you don't have to wait till it's dry because markers dry pretty well right away. And then you can take it and put it on this shelf, whether it's in your room or in the kitchen or your family room, or take it to your teacher. She'd probably love to display it in your classroom. I bet she would love that. And there we got that all filled in nicely. Like it. I love it. So at the bottom, I'm going to use orange, my orange Sharpie. But I'm going to make some interesting little designs. I'm just going to go like this. Remember I said art is about lines and designs and shapes. So let's make some little ovals. And then in the center here, let's make a horizontal one. Like that. Love it. And then in the middle, we're going to add some circles. Pretty little circles. Pretty little circles. What did Bob Ross used to say? Pretty little trees, or I'm not sure. I never watched Bob Ross, but I think he was a pretty amazing artist. Okay, now we're going to take, maybe, yes, I'm going to take yellow. Yellow, oh no, let's take pink. I mean, you can choose whatever color you want, but I'm in a pink mode today. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill that in with pink. And see how nicely that orange just blends in. Mm-hmm. Like that. And then what we're going to do, once we fill in all these little shapes, we're going to take our marker and go around the other color of that orange. Super cool, eh? And then we'll do another line like that. There. That's going to be fun. I really like that. And it almost looks like it's seeds falling from the sunflower that you can save and plant. And we're going to take the yellow. We're going to fill in around that shape, like that. And it's okay if you pick up some of that other marker. Like I said, it all blends in nicely. That is so pretty. I love it. And then fill in this. No, not with the orange. We did the orange already. We're going to fill it in. No. Gee. Fill it in with pink, Sheila. Oh my goodness. There we go. Fill that in with pink. Like that. I love pink and yellow and orange together. Just so springy and happy looking. Makes you feel happy. Brings you a lot of joy. Yeah. You know, doodling isn't just for kids. Grown-ups love to do this too. Parents and grandparents and artists. There we go. Fill that in. I'm going to trace around that shape again. And then do it add another line around like that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Super. Okay, now we're going to go to the center of our sunflowers. I'll finish those later. And we're just going to make little random marks in here for the sunflower center. Nothing specific, just go in different directions like that. Okay, and then we're going to take our orange and going to go in there around those shapes and pick up some of that black because the center of the sunflower is usually seedy looking and it can be quite dark. So pick up some of that black marker, pull it in. That'll work. Like that. Awesome. Now I think for the top we're going to use our blue marker. And we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to make some lines like this. Lines like that. And then we're going to go this way, 2, 3, and then a taller line, 3, and then we'll do a slanted line like that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. We're going to just go in the opposite direction like that. like that. And then we'll continue on up, and we're going to make some ovals, nice round shapes. One, two, three, and we'll add another one there. And then we'll go in this direction, that way, and then we'll go, you just mirror it over on the other side, and then let's do a little curve, just a nice curved line like that. And then we're going to fill this in with a couple little triangle shapes, like that. We'll fill that in. So you're building your little shapes wherever you move on the design. And it's going to look really awesome like that. So there, you've got your top part filled in and looking pretty nice, I'd say. And we're going to add some, let's just do some triangles like that. Bum, 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 bum. And the nice thing about painting is nothing has to be the same. You just be free and create what you like. You like triangles, do triangles. You like circles, do circles. Because it's super fun. Super fun. I mean, oh, this is really a lot of fun. And then fill that in there just with some different dots and lines. And there. Oh, it's going to be beautiful, just beautiful. And then what I think I'm going to do is back to the pink. Here we go. I'm going to fill in these little triangles with pink. Fill them in with pink. Or you could fill them in with orange or yellow. Or you could just leave them, whatever you want. You do what makes you happy. And it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what you create. So I'm going to say so long for now, and I'm going to finish this later, and I'll put it on my website at sheilamcphee.ca, or I'll send a link to you so you can see all the samples that I did. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I can't wait to see what you create.